Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the On the Go Post Show. I'm Danielle Wiggins with Holly Strano, Austin Love, and Dave Chudowski. And right now, I know many of you are waking up, watching the news, hearing about that big storm moving into the Northeast, and it's going to impact us as well. So we want to start off with Holly giving us a breakdown of what we can expect today in terms of snow. And if you have questions for Holly, she does have to step away and do weather for WTAM, but put those in the comment section and then we will come back to her to answer some of those questions. But Holly, when can we see the snow here?
Well, it'll start this afternoon, but I want to start by saying the Today Show literally led with this storm. So this is that same big storm system that you're hearing about that's going to have a really large impact on the northeast part of the country. So if you want Danielle to take my maps, I think, better explain if we can show all of you that are on with us here. There we go. What the track of this storm is. So that's the storm in its entirety. And basically, this storm is just going to hit us with the very back edge. So in the scheme of things, what that means is that we are going to see a lot less impact here. I switched my map, but it's, for whatever reason, isn't switching on the picture that I'm seeing there. Oh, there it goes. Oh, are you seeing that winter weather advisory, Danielle?
I think I'm trying to change it up here. Give me just a second.
I'm just impressed that you can do what you're doing right now.
I mean, Dave's mind is blown.
Well, I mean, Dave, clearly we're having technical difficulties. But you know what? I could go back one. Can you?
Okay. All I see is the big picture Wednesday, 7 a.m. Is that what you have?
Yeah. Well, now I have the warnings and stuff up. You don't see that?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let me just before I have to go, because it's 7:09. So essentially, and the big picture tells the story. We're on the back edge of this, and the track will bring most of the snowfall for us to the southeast part of Northeast Ohio. And we talked about that yesterday. So areas like Canton and Dover and New Philadelphia and Youngstown, and even, through Portage County areas, Hudson, that don't typically think of themselves as getting hit, will see more snow than areas downtown Cleveland and west and east suburbs. You'll see snow too, but it's going to be much less. How much? Anywhere from 3+ inches for those of you in Canton, and you're under a winter weather advisory there. The rest of you are really not under any kind of advisory. Oh, you just changed it. Okay. So that is, I don't know what you're clicking on, Danielle. You're so
I'm about to go to the next 12 hours. There you go.
Okay. So
it's 7:09. Do you want to come back, Holly?
No, that's okay. I have control, but this will help because if you see, this is the picture at 6 p.m. And we are seeing snow outside of Canton, but that's where it's definitely very heavy through Youngstown. And as we continue through the evening, this is 10 o'clock and we've got snow in the east suburbs. So it's going to be equal opportunity in the sense of everyone could see an inch or two. I'll step away right now. Tomorrow, we just have a few scattered light snow showers and flurries, and get back with you all if you have any questions. But let me put up the accumulation map while I do that.
Okay. Yeah. So, Austin, are you ready to be out in this tomorrow morning?
Well, no, I'm actually off. I'm off for the next week and a half. So have fun, guys. Yeah. Oh, man. Couldn't have timed that any better. Wow. Jasmine's turn to have some snow fun because I was in the snow of the century. What was that, 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
And she was nice and warm at home. Didn't have to. It wasn't working that day. So she's cruising for a bruising on this one. So
is this Jasmine? Hey, Jasmine. We have your assignment for tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye. She did not sound thrilled.
Yeah, you guys are too
probably
funny.
Probably because you called her at 7:15 in the morning. I bet she's still sleeping. So.
Alrighty, so we are going to wait for Holly to come back to explain because I see a number of people on right now. We're looking at her snowfall totals.
Danielle.
Yeah.
Also, though, and by no means am I a meteorologist, but just by listening to Holly throughout the last 2 days, one thing we want to reiterate is that your morning drive, and you have talked about this all morning, it's not the morning that we're concerned about, it's later on in the day, just in case you're just joining us.
Yeah.
Noted, Dave is not a meteorologist.
But he's a good listener because he
He is
was
a good
listening
listener.
to Holly this
Mhm.
morning, who
You're the man,
talked
Dave.
about this. Yeah, that so basically what that means is that if you want to get some items done, maybe you're shopping or whatever, you will want to do that earlier in the day, because she's saying like afternoon is when we're going to start seeing that. And she's going to step back in just a moment. I see a number of you. If you have any questions, feel free to put those in the comments section. We see Charmaine. Thanks for watching, Charmaine. Gigi, hello. Allie, good morning. And Carrie, you want Cleveland to get more. So she actually wants Cleveland to get more snow. But while we're waiting for Holly to come back, I'm going to stop sharing this screen really quickly. So we'll see, all of us will put that screen back up. But some news in the sports world kind of impacting our communities here. And LeBron James, his family foundation, buying Tangier in Akron to really help his I Promise kids, his I Promise family. They're going to like do trainings there, make some jobs, as well as Denzel Ward giving away coats yesterday at a Cleveland school. So I'm going to ask you, Austin and Dave, what does it mean when athletes step up in the community that they're living? Both of them grew up here. I believe Denzel Ward, I do know, he graduated from Macedonia High School, and LeBron James, not Nordonia. It's Macedonia. I always do that, but he graduated from Nordonia High School, and LeBron graduated from Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. But Austin and Dave, what does it mean when athletes give back to their local community? Dave, we start with you because I know you've been covering sports for years.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, we learned this morning that the LeBron James Family Foundation, they're going to turn the event space, the Tangier, into House 330. So it's going to contain a sports complex, restaurants, even a bank. And, to answer your question, I just think that people continue to see LeBron James giving back to the community that he loves so much. And, we oftentimes, people think LeBron in Cleveland, but, he's an Akron kid, and what he has done for that city with the bikes and the family foundation. And I think it just goes beyond what they do on the court. And, the fact that people can rely on him and the role model that he is, and kids able to look up to him, and they're really benefiting from what he's doing. But also it's amazing to think what path this could lead them down, to see, if LeBron can do this, they can do it. Not that anyone's going to be the next LeBron James on the court, but it clears a path for a future. I think that's the important thing for me.
Austin, what about you?
Yeah, and I think it just means so much when athletes take the initiative, not only just like obviously both these athletes, they're from here, and that of course has a lasting legacy in what LeBron has built in Akron, what he's done in Akron, and the impact that he's had there. I will obviously long surpass what he's done anything on the basketball court. So these guys just have such a platform to do this and to make an impact with young kids, especially, being a kid, either you're a young boy or a young girl, chances are, if you play sports, if you have any sort of interest in sports, these are your role models. And to see your role models, excel on the court is really cool, but also to see them make the impact off the court, step off the court, and what they do as a person, that's what has lasting impact on kids. And I think we've seen that throughout so many different times of, especially with athletes. So I think just any time that an athlete can give back, use their means, they have the cool cars and everything like that, but it's also incredible, just the human impact that they can make with the platform that they're doing, and the human connection that they're doing. Kids are going to be talking about this for a long time if they benefit, like, oh, Denzel Ward, he did this, and LeBron James. That has huge impacts on kids.
So kudos to Denzel Ward and LeBron James for giving back to their respective communities. And we have all of those stories on WKYC.com. Now, Austin said people are going to be talking about that, and the kids talking about how those athletes have given back. And I'm going to tell you what else they're going to be talking about. This snow moving in, looking for a snow day. So Holly, you're back. I have a question from Blade to Blade Property Maintenance, and says 1 to 2 inches in Geauga County with a question mark. So I guess they're asking, is that
that's
true?
what I would plan on in Geauga County.
Okay.
At this point. And I mean, again, this is not a lake effect event. So I want to emphasize, because it's a storm system that's tracking from the southeast. If there's any changes in the track, we'll be tweaking this throughout the day. But right now, yes, 1 to 2 inches in Geauga County.
So I'm sharing your screen again, Holly. We have 1 more minute left of this. Okay. We have your snowfall forecast up. Can you see that?
I can.
Okay. So what are the last things that we need to know here to be prepared for today?
I think the takeaway from all of this is not so much the how much, and I think Dave might have been saying this as I went to do radio, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating, but it's the timing, because even a 1/4 inch of snow at an evening drive is going to cause slowdowns, potential accidents, slick roads, despite crews being out, just because it's timing and it's hard to keep up with sometimes snowfall rate. So I would just allow extra time later today, knowing that this could be the scenario.
All righty. Well, again, you can always stay up to date with Holly's forecast on WKYC.com, and make sure that you download that 3 News app. And Holly and Dave will greet you during the Today Show. Austin, have a great time off. You're lucky you get out of snow coverage.
Yeah, and have a Merry Christmas, guys. I won't see you until the week after Christmas.
Yeah.
Wow. Living the dream.
Yeah. How about that?
Yes. And everyone else.
I want Austin's contract.
Yeah, right?
All righty, everybody. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow morning starting at 4:30 on Go.
Have a great day, Kate. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.